You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Schock.
Hey, welcome back. So there's an author in Lexington using her boutique to help promote positivity for kids. I want to welcome in today Tasha Dawson, the owner of Impact Kids Boutique, and also the author of The Adventures of the Impact Kids. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm very excited.
Absolutely. Let's get right to it. Tell us more about Impact Kids, what it is for folks who might not be aware of it.
Okay, so Impact Kids actually started with my first debut publication called The Adventures of the Impact Kids, The Great Mask Escape. And so that was published in 2020. And once I published that, people were asking for more merchandise, cups, mugs, and things like that. So an opportunity presented itself for me to open a boutique, and that's how it all got started.
I love that. Okay, let's get into the book itself. What are some of the topics when we talk about, like kids and positivity? What do you cover in the book?
Okay, so the first book is actually where I went on a mission trip. So I go on mission trips with my ministry, and so this was when we went on a mission trip to Africa. And so it tells about what actually happened when we were there. And so whenever I speak, I have kids that ask, how do I go on mission trips? What do I do? How can I help people? Things like that. So that's where my first book started. But in the book, you learn lessons of sharing with others. You learn lessons of friendship. You learn lessons of traveling to foreign countries. You learn lessons of learning about yourself. So all of those are in the first book.
Why are those topics so important?
Well, I think especially in today's time where there's a lot of bullying going on, youth are facing a lot of challenges in society, at school, online, at home. I think to have that positive reinforcement is very important for youth, especially for their development. So youth are at an age to where they are like sponges. They're taking in every message, they're taking in every good seed and bad seed that you're putting into them. So the more good things we can put into them, I think the better off they are.
I love that. So well said. You've got some really cute items that you brought in here. I assume these are like from the boutique?
Yes.
Okay. So walk us through the boutique itself, because it's not just essentially a space where people can buy items, right? People can essentially come in and use it as a space too, right?
Correct. So with the new boutique expansion, it is a bigger space, so we're able to do more things. So we're excited about that. So one of the things that we do want to do is to be able to offer more inventory. So at my original boutique, we just offered kids' clothes, mugs, bottles, things like that. But at the expanded boutique, we're going to be able to offer more items. But not only that, also more programming. So I'm very big into youth entrepreneurship. So I would have youth entrepreneurs set up at my shop, and they would do everything from Cloudlandia. She has vegan cotton candy, to J. Paul's pet salve, to Miracles Crochet. So they would set up and sell their items. So entrepreneurship in youth is big for me. So they will be able to continue to do that at my new store. Also making sure that youth have food. So addressing food insecurity is also big. So I partner with some organizations so where we'll be able to provide food for youth and also their families and families in the community.
That is
so we're excited. We'll be able to offer a lot more things.
Yeah. What's the best way for people to reach out to you if maybe they're interested in just getting some more information or possibly utilizing that space?
I would say come to the website. It's www.theimpactkids.com, and I think it's up now.
There it is,
and on that, there's an invitation inviting you to our new grand opening for our boutique. Also, too, one thing that we're thinking about doing is also hosting youth and kids' birthday parties there. So it is a versatile space. So that we'll be able to do a lot of things. And one thing that I do love about youth, a lot of times they also help to drive our organization. So they let us know, we want to do this, or can you offer this? And so I really kind of try to listen to youth because they're the integral part of the organization.
Oh, that's so wonderful. You give them a voice to do all of this too.
Yes.
All right, so the grand opening's coming up. Do you have like a future goal or maybe something you're looking forward to long term with all of this?
So hopefully it is my long-term goal to go ahead and get my 501c, so to start my nonprofit organization. And that way we can do even more things, so impacting Lexington and beyond. So our mission is to help youth globally. So even with the first initial debut book, it does have a global reference. So letting kids know that, you're here in Lexington, but there's also other youth just like you in South America, in Africa, in Australia, so also impacting those youth as well.
Such an important message there and a wonderful mission. Tasha, thank you so much for coming by today.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stick around. We've got to look at your headlines right after this.